Hi, I'm Olabanji Tolu, and I want to present my requirement concerning the Lotus flower business case. And I'll start right away for my database assignment. Sorry. Um, so I'll start right away. For requirements, yeah, we have the business requirement for Lotus flower. We have the aiming to prevent loss of customer information and product information. Yeah, and they are also trying to introduce a new data storing system for the Lotus flower because of its high customer demand. And the stakeholder requirements, I, I, the stakeholder must be willing to understand the new system, the new system coming into play to replace the old system. So they must be willing to adapt to the new system. The functional requirements, we have the system must display customer info and favorite item he or she frequently buys. That's for the system. And secure customer data, including personal, regional, and interest data, is preferably stored in the relational database. And moving forward, my proposed solution to the business problem, I would propose the usage of a relational database management system to Lotus Flower, because though the two database systems have their advantages and disadvantages, because we are comparing the relational database system and the object-oriented database system. So more on the relational database is a type of database that organizes data into tables and uses structured query language, that's the SQL, the SQL, to access the required information. Relational database will easily solve the business problem of multiple orders by storing related data such as the customer name, the customer ID, product type, so on, in tables that can easily be referred to when needed. The superiority of using the relational database over the object-oriented database. The advantage, just put it as the advantage of the relational over the object-oriented. A relational database can store data more accurately because the comprehensive organization enables each piece of information to be organized efficiently, enabling relationships between elements within the table to be established. So there's an establishment of relationship between the tables, even if it could be the product type, product and product type, talking about the product for the customers. It could be another relationship between the product type and the product and the customer, and the customer ID and the customer information, maybe location and other things in another table, just establishing a relationship between the two tables. We also have a relational database that are highly scalable, which ensures improved performance as opposed to the object-oriented database. To this, I'm categorizing this to the it's categorizing it with the business case, actually, because object-oriented database management system is also scalable. Yeah, its scalability rate is highly scalable too. But for these, the scalability ratio between that of relational database and object-oriented is vast, and the preferred scalability will go for the relational database management system. And unlike the object-oriented database system, which stores multiple data The related database management system only stores one type of data. Yeah, and by this it reduces redundancy of data. Yeah, by this it reduces redundancy of data. It helps to focus on its primary source. Yeah, your primary purpose, which is business, the business database. Lotus Flower business database. Uh, so the constraints of object-oriented database management system, the BMS's response to performance is a major constraint compared to RDBMS, which has innate ability to index subset tables for improved query time and performance. Yeah, so another is it is not an advisable option for multiple users in a workspace or organization. Multiple users, the more access into the object-oriented database management system, the higher the likeliness to crash or to be corrupted. Yeah, and the object-oriented database management system may not be a good option because the Lotus Flower needs to keep proper record of their customers and customer-related information. Yeah, we are talking Lotus Flower. The business problem is focused on customer and order. The expected influx of order, and to keep the record of order, the expected influx of order. So the relational database is better. Note the flower stock record is also incorporated in the relational database management system. When you have your plant type, the product, that's the plant. The plant type, maybe it's a lotus, maybe it's any kind of flower, maybe it's a hibiscus. But they deal with the fake flower type. So the fake hibiscus, maybe the lotus, maybe ferns, different type of plants out there, beautiful plants out there. So they can also be stored in the relational database management system by creating their own table to represent a field. And decisions towards meeting the solution requirement. Where I would suggest that we should know what type of relational database management system to use. Maybe it's the Microsoft SQL Server or the Oracle or MySQL. We need to know what type of data needs to be stored and how it should be structured. Maybe it should be tables, in columns, in rows. The way we have to structure our data in the database. What type of security and access control measures should be put in place? The user, we're talking about the user authentication. The people having access to the database. What kind of passcode to use for it? Encryption to use for it. What type of maybe it's the fingerprint, maybe it's the you press a code for it, you impute a code for it, the security measures in place for the database. What type of indexing and query optimization techniques should be employed? Here we are talking about the primary keys, the identifiers, the table identifiers. The primary keys. Maybe it could be the product. It could be the customer. It could be employee. Maybe your employee ID. You should just have a primary key of identification. What type of backup and recovery procedures should be implemented? For security reasons also. We need to have a backup for our databases. Yeah, we need to have a backup. So maybe our backup plan should be maybe on-site or off-site. Maybe it should be somewhere else, not in the premises of our workplace, or somewhere away from, not in the system where the database is being stored. It should be external or internal. Also the knowledge of basic SQL commands. Yeah, the commands actually. You need to know the commands, how to pull out information from the database, the commands, proper commands, and how to structure the commands to pull out the information from the database. And I hope with this few points of mine, this little uh, on my topic, relational data, the best that I feel is the you can relate with what is on ground, and I feel it's a good solution to the problem, to the business problem Lotus Flower is facing. Thank you, Prof.